Welcome back to the Clydesdale Media Roundtable. My name is Scott Schweitzer. I'm the Clydesdale. She is Amy Rudowski, and she is Kat Shear. Sometimes mixed up, sometimes twins. Can't tell them apart. But they're both here today.
We are.
So they can coexist in the same place.
No,
Yep.
we are our own people. Yes,
We are. Although there are many similarities that we keep seeming to find.
it's so crazy. I love it. All right, Scott, what'd you do today, workout wise?
Oh gosh, we did strength of back squat. So EMOM 90 of 65444. And then
90 seconds. Building or same weight? Same weight?
Yeah. Percentage.
Building.
Okay.
Building. Wow, that's not a lot of time. Okay. Moving.
Nope. Not a lot of time. But the
It's a
gym's
cardio
set up where the weights are inside the rig.
Oh, okay.
So you're on the rack on the rig and the weights are right there. So it isn't too bad. But most people like grab a couple extra plates, put around their little area so they can just flip them up quick. And then it was awful. Just awful.
And then
It was 2 rounds of 100 air squats, 750 meter row, 50 strict press with an empty barbell, and 50 sit-ups.
oh, 2 rounds. I like that.
I do too.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
It was
You know how
nice.
heavy an empty barbell gets?
Yeah.
About rep 35.
Yeah.
Strict. Yeah, for sure.
And the 100 air squats this is still a lot of beef to be moving up and down. And then you get to the rower and you just have no legs left.
You're dead. Yeah. I like it.
And then you come off the row and you're like, oh God, I don't have to use my legs. Thank God. And then you just start cranking out empty barbell strict press and like 30 in, you're going, my arms are ready to fall off.
Yeah. You got shoulder fire.
That's cool.
It was just horrible. The sit-ups were the easiest part. And that would normally be like what I'd be worried about.
I love it. What about you, Amy? What'd you do? Or
I
you
haven't done
yet?
anything yet. This is unusual for me, but I'm having a really busy day, like with appointments, like right after another. And then I have to come back to work tonight because we have a parent evening. So I'm hoping after this, I have another appointment. And then after that appointment, I'm hoping I can jump into the gym for a quick something and then head back here.
Good. Cool.
But it's 1 rep max snatch.
Oh, okay.
We've been doing a cycle.
How's the shoulder?
So that's a little bit what I'm worried about. I did actually do 50 light snatches on Friday, and that movement is fine. It's more like when I go back right there, catches.
Mm-hmm.
But this movement was fine.
Well, if all goes well,
movement do you go back there?
I was gonna say,
Like
all goes well,
PVC
you're not
pipe.
connecting there.
No, like when I have a PVC pipe and I'm going like this, like right there it catches.
Or when you go to like Buckley,
Maybe
grab your
don't go
seatbelt.
there.
Take my sports bra off.
Yeah, all those
Yeah.
things.
The things I have to do, Scott.
Got it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What is the record
I'm-
for what is your 1 rep max snatch right now? What was it?
115.
Nice. Okay.
It's not my best movement.
It's not for everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's for sure. It's everybody. I always explain to new people when we're doing snatches, I'm like, okay, grab an empty barbell, and like everyone goes for the 35-pound bar, and I was like, you guys aren't using the 35-pound bar, you're using the 15-pound bar if you hope to add any weight to it.
It's interesting though, although my max isn't high, like I can move 95, like higher number percentage close to that pretty well. I'm just not increasing necessarily my heavy.
Okay. What do you do when you warm up for the snatch? What do you throw on like that you can hit?
Oh, for sure 85, 95.
Like right away, like you're putting 25s on the bar right away?
Yeah, 85.
That's good.
85 is like my favorite go-to weight for any kind of heavier lift, like if I'm going to build.
Okay. That was always a thing for me. Like I would always 85 on cleans, obviously, like that's the first weight I'm using. But for snatches, it was always like 65. And when I got to the point where I could throw on 85 to start for snatches, that's when I was like, okay, now I think I'm good. Like, I'm not there anymore. I'm back to 65 probably, but it was fun when it lasted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the hardest thing right now for me is I have no idea what my 1 reps are to do any kind of percentages. I'm just shooting in the dark.
That's okay. That's
But
okay. We
but
did.
it's going well. Like, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna talk about my workout. We did 30 seconds of power cleans, 30 seconds rest, 25 seconds power clean, 35 seconds rest, 20 seconds power cleans, rest of the minute rest, 15 rest, 10 rest for 3 rounds. You're distracted by Charlie's comment.
Yeah, my phone just started to ring
or a ringing phone
at the school, so that's why I did get distracted 100%. Sorry.
That's okay. So we're doing for the next 3 weeks we're doing .com workouts from 2018.
Love it.
So I went back to 2018, October of 2018 specifically, and I pulled out, like 20 or so workouts that would be good for us to do. So I think it's time to introduce the community to CrossFit.com.
Yeah.
So like so you're trying to cycle, right, to get the max?
It's basically your forearms are on fire. That's pretty much
Yeah.
how that workout goes. And the idea is in the 30 seconds and the 25 seconds, you're trying to pace a little bit. And then if you're feeling really good about your technique, you can sort of push the pace a little bit faster on that 20 second, the 15 second, and the 10 second to just kind of see how you do. My deal was I was trying to set the pace so that I could keep it all 3 rounds, and I didn't. Like I got 40 total cleans in the first 5 minutes, and then I got 38, and then I got 35 because I just got really tired, and I was just like pounding my forearms in between during the rest. Like you don't think about that at all, but man, they were on fire. It was fun. And for like my more immature population, it was a really good chance for them to just get a shit ton of clean reps in. And we focused on like the bottom position, the starting position, and not like hinging over, but like actually getting into that more of a squat position when you start, kind of a thing. So everybody really enjoyed it. Even though it was only 15 minutes, we took like a really long time to warm up and just drilled, and then got into it.
So the coaching reel you posted, was that from today's workout?
That was from today's workout, but that was with one of my one-on-one client, Christian. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was fun. He's enjoying it.
That was good
a lot.
stuff.
Yeah. Yay. That's interesting. I can't see.
So, so that's just to update people. Last week after we went on the air, I actually tweaked my back. The last thing that this person needs is to tweak his back, but it was not the surgically repaired part of my back. It was the other side, probably from overcompensation for so many years. And it was on a super light deadlift with like 10 reps. But I stayed consistent. I kept moving every day. I really dove into mobility for like 5 days. And today I had no ill effects of the tweaking of the back. So that was awesome.
It's almost like movement is what?
Motion is lotion.
Okay.
Wow.
Now she's getting into the dirty talk over here.
That's what I say. I tell everybody that motion is lotion. So true.
Or movement is medicine. It's almost like I've said that to you before, Scott.
Where have I heard that before?
Hey, it's a new me.
I've been trying to tell Charlie that. He just doesn't listen.
I really honestly feel like I'm the fittest I've been since 2016.
Awesome.
Good.
Very cool.
It probably doesn't show up in the like to an outsider, but I feel that way.
That's good. I have been working out in my Hey Dudes and not in my regular shoes. Like I coach in my Hey Dudes, and I coach, the 5:15, the 6:30, and then I usually take classes 7:45, and then I coach again. And I'm just not into like Mr. Rogers sitting down and changing my shoes. So I just leave the shoes on when I can. So I've just been like lifting and squatting and rowing and everything else in these shoes. And last week I did rope climbs in them, which was not a good idea. I don't know if you guys can see, but on the bottom of my shoe, it like started to like burn a hole in the sole of my shoe from the rope climbs, and like on the inside
Oh yeah.
thing here is all
Yeah.
rough. They are not meant to do CrossFit in.
Yeah.
But anyway,
You're
yeah,
on
good
mute.
stuff. Good workouts.
You're on mute, Scott.
I love Hey Dudes, but they are not made for CrossFit.
Well, this girl
Mm.
has adopted. They might become my new favorite CrossFit shoe.
I'm trying to buy Rad shoes because I really need a new pair of shoes, but
Mhm.
everything is sold out.
Yeah,
Everything.
they have a new. I think they have a new release coming out soon. I really like my Rads. I just don't wear them that often.
Yeah.
Well, this weekend I'm getting a new pair of Strike Movement,
Oh, me too. Yeah.
and Annika told me they are the best shoe.
Really?
Yeah, that's actually who she's with.
Okay. So
Um,
yeah, Masters Fitness Collective is giving volunteers Strike Movement shoes.
Sweet.
So I'm stoked because really all I have is Reeboks and
Yeah,
like
I
two pair
actually-
of Nike.
I have a pair of Strike Movements that I bought about 8 years ago. Because I'm an early
I'm
adopter
sure they're different today.
of everything. It was like when they first came out, and they were they're leopard print. That's why I bought them. So
Is that what we're getting this weekend?
I hope so, but no, probably not.
Hey, get to wear my.
I'll have to pack my original Strike Movements and then compare and contrast, see how far they've come along. That'd be
What about
interesting.
Innovate? Do you have any Innovate?
I had a pair of Innovate lifters that I bought at regionals in 2014, and I ended up selling them because I got my Pendlay, also super old school Pendlay lifters, about 6 months after that. And I found that I wore the Pendlays. The Pendlays were way more comfortable for me. I have a very wide foot, and the Innovates were not that wide.
Yeah.
And the Pendlays feel like bedroom slippers. Like I can do box jumps in those. Like those were my go-to lifters. Oh yeah, they're great.
Yeah,
I don't know how stable
when I
a
first
lifter they
bought
are,
lifters,
but box jumps in them.
they're like the highest rated lifter
The
on the
Pendlays?
internet. Yeah.
Yeah, I love them. I won't get rid of them, and they're purple, so like
Oh.
like white with purple. But yeah, I'm never getting rid of them.
Calm down, Amy.
I love purple. My favorite.
So how was the weekend, everybody?
Busy as heck.
Yeah.
But I got to see Schmoopy, and you
Good.
saw your Schmoops.
That's my boy. Yeah, my bubs.
So
Probably the most relaxing weekend I've had in
Oh, yeah?
a long time. Yeah,
Good.
lots of yard work and
yeah, that
just
sounds
chilling
really
with my wife.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I spent 11 and a half hours in the car with my parents. That was fun.
Oh.
And one of them may have forgotten their hearing aid, so that was even more fun.
Oh. That causes me stress thinking
Huh?
of it.
Huh? What? Pardon me?
What? Huh?
I said. Yeah. My husband was trying to calm me down the whole time. He was like, it's okay. Yeah, it was fun. It was good. Good times with the kids.
Mhm.
And now I've got like 2 days
So-
before I head on an airplane to Indiana. So I'm just super stressed out.
Yeah.
I have scorecards to create, and I've created 3 of them. And I think I need like probably 42 of them.
Oh, goodness. In 2
Yeah, but-
days?
So
Yeah.
So please tell me that it's not going to be like year one when we're running around all over Fort Wayne looking for a printer.
Yeah, right. I'm actually going to try to print them all before I leave. So my plan is to pick up the cardstock locally here, print them all here, and just bring like some extra paper for like extras or changes or things like that. I don't want to have to do that on Thursday. Thursday, I want to be there and just like help with the setup and whatnot. So we'll see. But like again, I've maybe 48 hours to do all that and coach 8,000 classes and train people and live my life. So we'll see how it goes. Not stressed at all.
No, not at all.
Well, before this half hour's up,
Mhm.
Since we met last week,
Mhm.
a whole lot of stuff happened. And I did a
CrossFit.
little riff episode on Friday about
Mm.
some of it, but we have not gotten your opinion, yours, you, the collective
Mhm.
twins opinion about what came out from CrossFit. And first of all, Morning Chalk-Up reported Birmingham, Alabama, host of the new games. We don't even know if that's true. It's just what they're reporting. CrossFit has not made a statement about that at all.
We talked about it though, didn't we?
Yeah, we talked about that.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. But in the next statement, the next day, CrossFit does not even address where the site of the games are. They just said these are the changes we're making for the upcoming year.
For the season. Yeah. Which is more relevant right now anyways.
Right. Yeah, I mean, people that don't know CrossFit at all that heard that, they're like, oh, I heard the games are going to be in Alabama next year. I'm like, no, not next year. The year after next. It's like, oh, okay. Why are we talking about that right now?
I like that all of them will be doing the same programming, all of the qualifications.
Yes, I like that also. I like that there's only 3 weekends instead of 19. That's good.
So almost like we're back to regionals.
And us in North America only have 2, not 4.
Right. It's good from a travel budget perspective, time away perspective.
But let me ask you this.
Yes.
And this is a little bit of behind the scenes staff meeting stuff, but so the people that ran the semifinals, we had very good relationships with, and we got very good access as a media company with all that. Next year, the 2 in North America are going to be run by CrossFit. Do you think that will hurt our chances of getting where we were?
I think
absolutely not.
I think we had great opportunities and access at the games.
Yeah, I think we're golden. I think we're fine.
But think about the regional setup. When the athletes come off the floor, they immediately went into their area. There was no in between. And that's kind of where we caught all the athletes this year.
Okay.
I mean, it's going to have to be something that CrossFit considers, right? If they may be building up their new media team, and that might be something that their media team does. They may decide to limit it to certain people. They may open it up to others. I don't know. I think as long as we keep our lines of communication open and, keep doing what we're doing above board, and we have to hope that they will, allow us the access that we desire.
I think we also have to look at.
Oh, go ahead, Amy.
I was going to say, I also think, though, if you look at it at the games, we weren't really interviewing that many people during the games. We were just reporting on what we were seeing. And I feel like for these semis that we can do the same. However, when athletes maybe are back and having their downtime because of the relationships that we've built with them, we may be able to interview them and get their feedback on something, just not right at the moment.
Right. Like if we don't get sideline access is what you're referring to, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Just find my
I think we'll get sideline access. I'm just worried about getting access to the athletes as they walk back to the athlete area. And really,
but that's what I'm saying. We didn't do that at the games.
Right. And that's fine.
Yeah.
The games is different. Semifinals is a place where we highlighted people that never get highlighted. And I don't want to lose that opportunity. I don't want to lose that opportunity. And CrossFit did what we did, but they only did it with the top 5. And so I just don't want to lose the opportunity to allow people to know the rest of the field.
The field. Yeah.
Like what we did last year, because if you look at our Instagram numbers, those interviews were massive compared to the rest of our stuff on Instagram.
The other thing too is I assume then that these semifinals will have a broader field, a larger field. of
60
athletes?
per.
Right. Versus what were they before? Was it 40 or 30?
30.
30. Yeah. So that's going to be really tough for anybody to manage outside of the top 10. You know what I mean? Because now it's not the top 5 with like 25 athletes to handle per semifinal. Now it's 40 athletes or 50 athletes per semifinal for us to have to manage potentially if we're, taking out the people that are qualifying.
Yeah, it's just
It's gonna be
heats
tough.
of 10. Heats of 10, I just would grab them as they come off from every heat, regardless.
Yeah, I'm just saying collectively for us to have coverage of all those people in a weekend, like that's going to be tough for us too.
Well,
depending on what kind of access we have.
Okay. I think what you're saying is, yeah, this is more like stuff we can chat about in staff meeting stuff. But I think it would be good to talk about what came out of that email about what are the ways to qualify? How are athletes able to qualify to get to the games this year? So there's no last chance qualifier, right?
Nope. Correct.
So
Nope.
how many people from these semis are going?
Minimum of 10 in the United States. Minimum of 10 in Europe. And then it's the same in the other continents that it's always been.
So then what's our maximum?
Then there's the two last chance qualifier spots will go to the region deemed the most stacked, or regions. There might be 1 and 1.
And how is that determined?
Through that
Strength
has
of
not
field.
been released.
Don't know.
Okay.
There is
Strength of
going to
field.
be a formula, but it is not released yet.
Okay.
So it's the same
And it's
amount of
supposed
people
to
that are
take-
going to the games, though. It's not like the games field's not changing.
Yeah, the games field will still be 40.
Yeah. So the first step is the open. The next step is the quarterfinals. The next step is the semifinals. But just the way that people are being decided about is different from the years last year.
Right.
Instead of top 5, it'll be top 10.
Yeah.
And it seems like, and I read this, and I don't know if you interpreted it this way, but last year it was top 10%. Was it top 10% of your continent that made it to quarterfinals? Or was it just top 10% worldwide made it to quarters and then it got divided by then? I don't remember. But I do.
North America.
I know we debated this then and had to look it up.
Okay. Whatever it was, I know that I think I read that this time around too, it is based on whether you're East or West. Do you know what I mean? So that might change who makes quarterfinals, right? Top 10% of, like if you're starting at, because we know what region you're going to be in from the beginning, where we didn't know before what quarterfinal you'd be going to from the beginning. So I think they're basing everything based on your semifinal.
I think you're right.
So me, if I'm an individual trying to qualify and I live east of the Mississippi, I am going to be ranked in the top 10% of the people in my region. And that's how I make it to quarters and to semis.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
And I think before it was just top 10 in the continent, right? Top 10% in your North America would go to quarters and then back. So they're like divvying it up a little bit more earlier on, I believe, is how I interpreted it.
Yeah.
I'm sure someone smarter than us can tell us we're wrong.
I believe you're right, but it's something we always seem to have to look up in the rule book.
Yeah, it's just interesting because I haven't heard anyone talk about that. Like, I noticed the thing about the teams, that the teams now, to qualify for a team, you just have to do the workout at the affiliate. You don't actually have to be at the affiliate, or at least nothing more has come up about teams. Now, when the rule book comes out in November, that might change and it might get a little more solidified, but people are sort of anticipating the return of super teams now, if that's the only requirement for teams. We don't know that that's the only requirement for teams. That's just the only requirement that's been publicized right now. And I think we need to hold judgment on that until the rule book comes out. But a lot of people have been talking about that. And obviously all the different numbers of who's going to, how many are going to be and how many are going to go from the games and all that. But I haven't heard anyone talk about the slicing of the numbers differently, starting with your region.
Agreed.
Can I just say I appreciate that this sport is evolving, but I am really getting sick and tired of having to learn a new method every single year. Every year.
Yeah.
I'm over it.
I think changes in personnel have precipitated some of this stuff, and I think that you know, them trying to get it right year after year has contributed to it a lot. And hopefully now, with things sort of steadied at the helm in terms of, it seems like Adrian Bosman is firmly in place, as Adrian and Justin are firmly in place. It seems like Don is well on his way to becoming, hopefully a longer term CEO than some of the others in the past. Maybe this is the beginning of some stability for us. I don't know.
Yeah.
But just to give you context, like, they change the rules to Major League Baseball every year. They change the rules in the NFL every year. Now they're usually just tweaks now.
Very
you have
nuanced.
the same kind of, right? We're just not to that point yet. It's you're hoping the changes funnel down to where they just become tweaks.
Right. It's not like they're changing who's in the National League versus who's in the American League, although they do that sometimes. And, they're not changing these major, we're not doing playoffs anymore. We're doing sectionals or,
right.
something else.
But like next year, they're adding a pitch clock.
Yeah.
To speed up the game.
So,
NFL, every year, it's the way you hit the quarterback, right? There's now you have to lay him down on a mattress with a pillow and give him a blankie before you lay him on the ground.
It's kind of like burpee standards. They just change every year too. Step up, you can jump up. You don't have to really jump over. You can just step over, just be in the air somehow. Don't shuffle, whatever. Yeah. Good times. Can we talk about Philadelphia sports for a second? Because I'm a proud Philadelphia adjacent citizen right now.
I love the Sixers.
The Eagles are 6-0, and the Philadelphia Phillies ousted the Braves in for the National League game series. So there's that. We're on a high over here.
Well, we're on a high at my house because even though the Steelers suck this year, they did basically tell Tom Brady yesterday to suck. So that kind of felt good. And I'm sure the defense was talking a bunch of shit to him the whole game.
Well, Philadelphia, New York sports are on fire right now.
Yep. It's crazy.
And it is like old school 1970s.
Yeah, although I do not want a Philadelphia Yankees World Series. I would not like that.
Well, the Yankees are the only team that they have not made it to the ALCS yet.
I know.
They have one more game tonight against the Cleveland Guardians here in Ohio.
Yeah, I didn't think New York was going to win last night or 2 nights ago, whenever it was. So we'll see. I know my son bet my dad. My dad's a huge Yankees fan, and my son's just doesn't. He likes players, not teams necessarily, but he's like, the Yankees aren't going to win. So they have some kind of complicated bet. It's like the Yankees are -143 and whoever they're playing is something else, and I don't understand it enough to know, but somebody's losing money.
Does somebody have money to give?
No, we were at breakfast the other day, and Braden said something like, my dad said, like, I'll bet you $100, and Chris and I are both like, no, because that's our $100. And then Braden said, well, for all you know, it's Pup-Up's $100. And my dad's like, what do you mean? And I said, well, all of us at the table are financing Braden right now, so it's all of our money. It's not his. None of it's his. So we'll see.
I live that life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, what other CrossFit news do we know about? Do we know? Oh, what did Patrick Sprague tell us about Wadapalooza? Jason Hopper, James Sprague, and Cole Sager
are going to be on a team.
on Wadapalooza. I feel like that's news.
There is news that also with Rogue that Guy Mijeros had to pull out.
Oh.
And Henrik Hypalainen is filling in for him.
Oh. Is he a Mayhem athlete also?
I don't think
No.
so.
I think he does his own thing.
Yeah.
Trying to remember when we interviewed him. He talked about it.
You're not
Yeah.
Henrik, or are you thinking Andre?
No.
I'm thinking Heinrich.
Okay.
Um,
I wasn't on that interview, so
Yeah, I think you're right,
Yeah.
Scott.
I just wondered if they like swapped a different mayhem athlete. You know, like, oh, you can't
Yeah.
do it, so we'll just throw someone else in there. Interesting. That's cool. I mean, do we know why Guy pulled out?
we
Is
don't.
he hurt? I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
A lot of
Oh,
Palooza's
here's
gonna
some
be fun.
news. This is, I think we should be, this is local hometown hero news. Our girl Christy O'Connell
Mhm.
ran the Columbus Marathon yesterday along with, I don't know, 20,000 other people local. And she
Yeah.
took first in her age division.
Just over 3 hours, right?
Yeah, like 3:04. It's ridiculous.
Unreal. Girls fit.
Ridiculous.
Can we go back in time about 4 weeks ago when you were driving to a cross country meet and your
she was-
husband
yeah.
said, "Man, there's a really fit person running."
Yeah.
Now we
Yeah.
know why.
She was running 5K
304
every day.
fit.
Yeah.
Yeah, 304 fit.
3:04 fit. I mean, I just remember when I was marathon running, like a big feat to get was under 4 hours. Like that was huge.
I'm sorry, but just to say when I was marathon running, like that to me is a huge feat.
Also that, yeah.
Those
Being a
words will
marathoner,
never
remember-
come out of my mouth. Not even with the word half in front of it. Never. So I will not be a marathon anything unless we're talking like Ben and Jerry's.
Yep. We all have our thing we can marathon on.
I made it to a quarter,
You did.
and at the end of that, I was like, "This is stupid. I do not want to do 2 of these ever."
Yeah. What's an
In
eighth?
one day.
What's an eighth of a marathon? I could maybe do something like that. It's probably even too much.
Just do a 5K.
Now you're pretty
That's
much
what you're looking
5K.
for. Yeah.
Yes, I don't even think I've run one of those, to be honest with you. I've walked them.
Yeah.
Yeah, running's not my thing. But yes,
Yeah.
that was a good that was cool. Oh, guys, my kettlebell's coming.
Yeah.
My kettlebell
Oh.
has been trying to get here for a week and a half now. Oh, nope, never mind. He's leaving.
Ugh.
Is it
Wow.
a special kettlebell?
No, it's just it comes in a pair. I ordered 2 of them at the same time. Oh, here he comes. Oh, let's see. My kettlebell. Hey,
Ask him to
my
swing it.
kettlebell! Yay! Not even in the box.
Don't-
Sorry, buddy.
Please
Thank
swing
you so
it.
much. Woohoo!
Show us how to do it.
I got my kettlebell.
Nice.
It must have jumped out of the box or something because it's been missing for like a week.
It's not in a box.
No, it was the first day he tried to deliver it and I wasn't here.
It just had a delivery tag on the handle.
Yep, it's all banged up. Oh well. What are you gonna do?
All right, guys. Let's
That's
wrap
Oh,
hilarious.
this
it's
up.
time to go.
Yeah, it's time to go.
All right, well, it's
All
gonna
right,
be a good
guys.
day. I got my
Well,
kettlebell.
we will be at Masters Fitness Collective this weekend. A couple of us.
Yep, 2 of you.
Charlie and Amy need to start going up there because it's only a 2-hour drive.
I hear your words.
And we'll be doing some coverage from there. That'll be cool. And then Monday we'll do kind of a wrap-up show here on the Roundtable from that. And Andrew, I will see you there.
Very cool.
With that. Hey, don't forget c4energy.com code Clydesdale for 20% off all your stuff. The sour gummy BCAA, so good. Gets me through everything. And after 200 squats, I need it.
Yeah, buddy.
Love it.
And with
All
that,
right. Go work out,
we will
Aim.
see you next time. Hey, like, subscribe, notify, and we'll see you next time on the Clydesdale Fitness and Friends.